Hey, so today I'm going to do a few videos talking about some things that have been on my mind. The first is people that have a higher level of awareness naturally, that have been trying to blend into society. Your job and part of your journey is to wake up and remember why you're different and why you're here. Because until you align with your soul, you're going to continue to suffer. And you're here to essentially lead from a higher level of awareness and show people a higher way of living. But you can't do that until you remember why you're here. And a lot of people who hold a higher level of awareness are extremely emotional, whether you're male or female. And so the goal is to stop suppressing those emotions and instead integrate them. So that way, you can process the emotional density of this world and then rise above those emotions. You cannot avoid the emotional turbulence that comes with holding a higher level of awareness. You must push through the emotions, process them, and then rise above them, because every single emotion has a lesson associated with it from a higher level of awareness. So for example, if you feel emotions a lot, but you're just feeling them and you're not understanding them, then you're not integrating both aspects of your masculine and feminine frequencies inside of yourself. And you must pull truth and apply it to the emotions. So it's the same for a man that's more emotional. Instead of suppressing his emotions, he needs to integrate them. Gender is not real. It's only real in the sense of how the person is supposed to function and flow with life, but both people should have a balance of both energies inside of themselves. So the higher you rise in awareness of remembrance, the more emotions you're going to have to process and the more you'll see clearly. So this is just how the levels are set up. So do what you can through movement or meditation to process those emotions. If you're like me and you had tried meditation in the past and you felt like you're still processing all these emotions and it's not working, it's usually because you're going to need to use movement and find movement that you enjoy. So the higher you rise and the more emotions you process, the less emotional you'll become, to where you'll be able to navigate life and have no emotional attachment to things. If you still have an emotional attachment to anything, a person, a place, a situation, you're out of alignment, because everything is so beautifully orchestrated here. And there's a lot of humor in how life is set up. But if you're still looking at everything kind of more dark, then you're not fully in alignment. Now, it doesn't mean that after you rise above it, you still feed the distortion, right? But you're able to let go of the distortion of this world because you're not actually attached to it anymore. So essentially, the ego gets to a place where it doesn't feel like it's letting go of anything. It's remembering that none of this stuff is actually it. And so it doesn't even feel emotional about saying, I'm not going to participate in this anymore. Because the ego realizes that it's already associated with God, and God is in every single person. So part of the structure is you want to get to a point where you're playing life where every single person you interact with anywhere, your ego understands it's interacting with God all the time. So if you associate an identity with someone, then you're still kind of out of alignment. When you associate everyone as having God inside of them, whether they're conscious of understanding that or not, then you're able to move through life in a very powerful creator stance, owning the truth that you're being shown without collapsing. And with that power, you'll receive back the mirroring of what that comes with. And so there is a part in this journey where the ego starts to realize it's been playing really small, and it has been. For me, and I'm going to do more videos on this. I'm going to do more videos today on some stuff I've been thinking about. But When you enter in a higher dimension and you stay there and you're starting to rebuild your body to align with that, like, I'm shown how we could change the world completely in all aspects, right? With politics, with trade, just everything. It's shown to me. And I think that's why there's like a heavy integration phase, because you're essentially shown a higher way of operating. And then when you go into different environments, you're shown in those environments why those people created those environments. You're shown where they're out of alignment. You're shown where they could be operating better. And so part of the journey too is that if you're in an environment and you have the gift of sight, where you can see where someone's blocked or you can see a higher potential, you should speak that to that person. And if you're not comfortable just going for it, you can make an opening and say, I have this gift where I can see potential. Would you like me to share? And what you're doing is you're planting a seed in that person. You're showing them that you see them. You're applying a level of awareness to maybe their unconscious habits, because a majority of people are just unconsciously navigating their life. And I don't believe anyone's inherently bad at all. I believe everyone's inherently good. And I think a lot of people, including myself, have created habitual patterns to recreate emotions that we have associated with our nervous system to feel safe, even though they're toxic. So I'm going to end the video here, and then I'm going to do another video on the emotions and the nervous system and the habits. And then I do want to talk about drugs and that whole realm as well. So follow or check out the next video.